Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Moving Markets Podcast. It is Thursday, June the 11th, 2026. I don't know if you heard it in the background there. The markets just opened. That was the opening bell. Interesting this morning. We're opening to a good start with the three major indexes. They're all kind of taking off and moving in the direction we would prefer them to move. And I say it's interesting because the markets are actually moving up on news that we're going back in a more aggressive military posture with Iran. Here's my I'm going to give you my real quick take on that, why it's having this effect on the markets. Then I'm going to talk just really briefly about what the plan is for today because we've got a number of trades that we've got to work on and quote unquote get fixed. Um, but I have been, and I had this conversation just yesterday with my wife. I have been of the mindset for a couple weeks now that I thought this was inevitable. I thought we were going to have no choice but to go back in. And my attitude has been let's just do it. Let's get it done. Let's not delay this anymore. This is what we're going to have to do. The leadership of Iran needs to be completely taken out, as in annihilated, wiped out. I don't like to see the hostilities. I don't like to see people die. I'm not a warmonger. I just think this is something that has to happen in order for us to ultimately get to where we need to be with Iran. That's kind of where I have been for a little while on this. And so I have felt for some time like this is the path that needs to take place. This is what needs to happen. So put me firmly in that camp of I believe this needs to happen. And I actually think there is some relief on the part of the American people generally that this is happening. And I think that's why you see a little bit and the world for that matter. I mean, we announced that we're going in hard and oil prices are, up 35 cents for a barrel, putting us barely over 90. Um, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, this news would have pushed barrel up $10, pushed oil up $10 a barrel in the morning. So that's why I think you're seeing the reaction that you're seeing. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for right now. Let me really quickly talk about what we need to talk about. We got Nvidia rolled out for a week. I think we're okay now on Nvidia. I do think they're still going to rebound and come back up. I'm going to make another attempt today to get AMD rolled out a week. I still think AMD could rebound very quickly and very easily. I hate the idea of paying a lot for it, but right now rolling it out a week is going to cost about 70 cents. And I actually think that's better than the alternative of just leaving it alone and hoping that today and tomorrow it comes back enough. So as much as I don't want to have to pay that 74, 75, and now it just dipped down to 60, we might be able to get a rollout for as little as 55 or 60 cents. And I was willing to pay 55 cents a share yesterday. So I'm going to try and roll AMD out this morning for 55 cents because I did see the mid price go down that low a minute ago. And so I'm going to try for that. If I'm not successful in getting that within a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes of trading, I'll move it a little bit higher than that. Caterpillar, if you're still in the Caterpillar trade, they're up $16 a share right now this morning. Cat could go up. They could go up above 500 so easily. The question is, will they and will they fast enough? I think today and tomorrow, Cat could so easily go that high. It's when you're talking about a $900 a share stock or almost, a move from where they're at back up to 9 in a couple of days, in some ways it feels like that's almost nothing, like that could happen really super easily. The question is, can it happen today and tomorrow? I think it will. But I'm still gonna, if you're still in cat, I'm gonna try and roll that trade out and hopefully do so for no more than maybe 75 or 80 cents. The good thing about cat is we got into it really, really cheap originally. And so even rolling it for, 75, 80 cents a share will not be too bad a deal. If you are in the APLD trade for some weird reason, and I don't understand why, that is the only trade that is trending down a little bit right now. They're down 40 cents a share. I think Applied Digital will probably turn the corner and move back in an upward direction today. But I don't I have no guarantee, obviously, and I'm not sure what's got them down, except that Oracle is dropping heavily, and part of the issue with Oracle is the money they're spending on data center stuff, and that may somehow have been interpreted as bad news as it relates to Applied Digital, which is a data center building company. So I'm going to give that one. Luckily, we still have today and tomorrow for things to trade. I'm going to give Applied Digital a little bit of grace. I'm going to give them a little bit of time. Only for a little while this morning. I'm not going to wait until tomorrow morning to do something with Applied. I'm going to give them an hour or two and see if they have the ability to turn around and move in a better direction. So that's kind of where we find ourselves with the trades that we have this morning. I have to run like right after I finish this presentation and get the recording posted online. I have to run and go to a dentist appointment this morning, of all mornings to have that scheduled. I had it this morning and I don't have a lot of wiggle room with time. But when I get back from that, I will be online for the remainder of the day. I'll be watching everything and be very active on Discord. So I've already got an order in place to try and roll AMD out a week. I'm trying to do that for 55 cents or less. They're having a nice move up today, but a long ways to go to get back above 500. Not a long ways in the sense that they cannot easily do it by next week, but today and tomorrow, I think that's a little unrealistic. Caterpillar's up almost $20 a share right now. They could easily go up another 25, $30 a share today and tomorrow, but still, I am going to try and roll that one out. And the mid price on rolling Caterpillar is all over the place. I show a 33 cent per share credit right now for doing it. Of course, that just changed to 10 cent per share credit. I don't know that you could get a credit for rolling Cat out, but I think we might be able to get a rollout on Cat for, you know, because they're moving up so strong today, maybe no more than 20, 30 cents as a debit. I'm going to try for maybe, well, for a minute, I'm going to try for no more than 25 cents a share debit. I'd be thrilled if I could get it rolled out one week and not have to pay more than that. So that's where we're at this morning. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to get this online really quickly so that I can get ready, get out the door, and get to a dentist appointment. And then, like I said, I'll be very active on Discord for the rest of the day today. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.